Hello everyone, and welcome back to 4 Kilobyte Shorts Let's Play of Kerbal Space Program with Kerbal Space Adventures. I have a secret. I'm just going to go ahead and throw that right out there right now. I have a secret. I was doing some off-screen testing for an idea that I had, and as it turns out, that off-screen testing showed some very promising results, which, unfortunately, I'm not going to share. I know, I've told you guys so much about our secret project, mostly because halfway through it I kind of screwed it up. But I told you guys so much about our secret project that I need to have some kind of secret, right? And so I'm going to keep this one to myself. This is going to be my teeny tiny secret with regards to what I know and what you don't. But what I'm going to go ahead and do, is we're going to put together a couple of pieces for the Xavier, which is currently in orbit around Duna. And to do that, for that, we do need a... Oh wait, can't copy that if it's the first part. My bad. To do that, we're going to just take a couple of items there. Now, originally, I had attempted, or I thought about just taking the one item. As you can see, I've already built this several times. The docking clamp, or the decoupler here, is merely for the docking clamp to fit into, because there's nothing else that really works with that. And if we put the docking clamp right there, it does not look pretty. And I figure if nothing else, sort of an emergency release thing, although the docking clamp will be on the wrong end. This is the end that will be docked to the station. I figure that, we can have an emergency release for the docking clamp. So it's not something I'd normally put on there. It'd be very silly if you accidentally staged your ship or your station into pieces, or staged away your own reactor or something. But it looks pretty awesome, and it kind of has that whole in case of emergency jettison from this end kind of thing. Not something we would normally do or want to do, but this is going to be set up in such a way, as you can see with docking clamps on both ends, so that when the reactor eventually runs out of fuel, which it will eventually at one point run out of fuel, when that happens, we can just go ahead and replace it. So we just pop it off and put another one in. It's really awesome that you can do that. Now, so it's going to be that. That's going to be that, and that's all that's going to be minus one additional part and or piece. Whoop. Mouse getting away from me there. Where is it, guys? Here it is. I should have just switched out and came back when it's on the front page, but I tend not to do that. Alright, so we take 4 of these and we just go whoop, nope. My mouse is really being a pain right now. I don't know why it's doing that, but yeah. So just put 4 little red Omni lights there. So that's going to be our nuclear reactor. So we have our electric generator, our heat dissipation shields, our reactor, and our lights, and that's going to be it. Now, from that, if you take a look, actually, let me go ahead and show you guys something I found out earlier. We take that and we say, MechJeb, how much does that weigh? 3.95 tons. That's barely 2 pods worth of weight. That's nothing. That's nah, you know? And so because of that, what we're going to do is we're going to back this, we'll do it this way. We're going to go like so, and we're going to take a second payload, because why not? Alright, so for this second payload, we need a couple of things. I've already kind of put this together once or twice because I was doing some attempted recording previously on this particular episode. No, oops, wrong one. Unfortunately, I kept getting interrupted very badly, and so I was like, screw it. So I had to back out and then come back later. And so I already know how I'm designing this, but come on, game. Not sure why it's taking so long to load. That should be okay. And bring this whole thing down and drop it right here. Drop it right. Oh, I copied it the wrong way, so that won't work. Gotta go back the long way, and that would be this one. Yeah. Stick that there, and then do utility and do another waiting game. Come on, game. There you go. May have to restart before we launch this just to make sure that everything's working properly, but I think we're okay for the building part right now. But this, I think, is what we're going to take up for now, and it's not very heavy. I mean, even if we take MechJeb and we say, MechJeb, how heavy is this? And MechJeb tells us, and he says, it's 6.99 tons. It is light. We've taken, 15 tons worth of vehicle. Well, yeah, the Xavier itself, the core of the Xavier weighs 15 tons. I remember that, or 16 tons. It's not very heavy at all, and I know it weighs that much because I remember being so shocked about how light it was, considering all the parts we used. As a matter of fact, we actually used some very light parts, honestly. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple extra lights here, and we're going to use our editor extensions, because I love the editor extensions for this reason alone. Look at that. You can actually set the depth of the item on the angle without changing the angle. Oh, I know, it's wicked, isn't it? So you can do this. You can actually put things on devices and in locations that normally would not accept them. And I think that is totally wicked. And we're going to just go ahead and put a couple of Omni lights here by the door. Nothing too spectacular, just there to say, hey, I'm here. We also want... I'm thinking that we also want a couple of quantum struts. Yes, quantum struts I think would be good, and we want those to point in. We want 4 of those, and we want them to point in by about, pardon me, by about that much, you think? That's a pretty good set. And although we do have quantum struts over there on yeah, there you go. Although we do have quantum struts over there on the Xavier, I think a second set of quantum struts is not a bad idea. Plus, I'm not sure which end of this is going to go on, and we also have to stick it on top of a spaceship. So, all good things, all good things. Now, the only problem I have with this is delivery. We don't have a very functional delivery system. We have the hitchhiker, which is great, but the hitchhiker is weighted for self-motivation. It's weighted and controlled for moving itself into position. It's not really made for a docking system. It's not really built for any kind of docking system. And I have yet to come up with a decent docking system, a light, decent docking system, that can center balance against objects like this, because if we take a look at our center of balance, it's right here. So we would have to have an object that had RCS tanks roughly, I don't know, here, and way up here. And the closest thing we had to that was the delivery rocket that we used to attach things to the bubble. Oh, I wonder if that would work. You know what, I didn't even think about that. I wonder if that would absolutely work. Let me go ahead and put this all together off camera really quick, just to take a quick look, because I'm going to have to load the model and then load this, or load this as a sub-assembly or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to have to do some off-screen fiddling in order to get that to work, but I think we might be able to do that, which may mean that a Kerbal may have to go with this. Unless we can somehow automate the system. So I will see you guys in just a minute when I figure it all out. Alright everybody, I loaded up the Clobbert, which was the ship that took up all the parts to the bubble. And as you can see, I modified it a little bit. I ripped off all the non-automated, I guess you could say. I ripped off the cockpit and the return shield, the heat shield. I left everything else in place, and I replaced the decoupler with a docking clamp, and then on the other side I put a mechanical brain and another docking clamp. And what's really great is if you take a look at this, center of mass, right there. Look at that, all of those, and right there. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now I think I have to readjust these to where I can shut these off, and for this type of maneuvering. I believe that was one of the problems I had last time, is I do have to shut off these ones so that the maneuvering jets, when we get close to position, will be on here, and I may have to add a couple of maneuvering jets here for forward and reverse, but otherwise I think this is 100%. And its center of mass is perfectly balanced for this, and I love this little delivery system for that. I just remembered that we had it, and it's like, oh wait, that's how we delivered everything to the bubble. Now, if you take a look at down here in MechJeb, also the vessel mass, 14.72 tons, even lighter than the Xavier itself. So these two pieces will be taken to the Xavier. And as a heads up, I'm just going to go ahead and give you guys a heads up. This is the way these get placed onto the ship are very important. The way they get placed onto the station are very, very, very important. And that's the only hint I'm going to give you regarding our little secret about the future. Now, along with that, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get a launcher into this. I'm going to take it up into orbit. We do have to attach a hitchhiker to it. But I think I'm going to do all of that off camera, or at least if I record it, I'm going to not include it unless something horrendously horrible happens, because this is going to be all automated. No Kerbals are going to be threatened in any way for this. You know, no Kerbals are going to have any problem with this. Everything should be fine, because this is going up unmanned on unmanned probes out to Duna unmannedly. So yeah, I'll do that all off camera. So I will see you guys over around Duna, I think, when we get this thing into place so we can dock it, because as I said, it's going to be very important how this whole thing goes onto the ship, onto the station. So I will see you guys there. Alright everyone, here we are, only 133 meters from the Xavier, which is hanging out right over there. Two hitchhiker units right across from each other. Isn't that pretty? It absolutely is. Alright, so we have to do a couple of things. First thing we're going to do is we're just going to disconnect here. Just going to disconnect here. Not control from here, I need to undock. And good, it went to the right ship. Perfect, perfect. Oh, pardon me. Alright, now we need to use our RCS because we don't want to use any of our fuel. Do we even have fuel on this thing? It says we do. Where? Liquid fuel. Okay, for whatever reason it didn't disconnect us. It still says we're connected on both ends. That's just weird. Alright, we'll stage lock just in case. I don't want to screw with that. What we need to do is we need to switch over to docking. We need to figure this out. We need to go to rotation. We need to use our RCS, and we just need to rotate very gently in that direction. There we go. Now, as I said before we left, these have to go on in a very specific pattern, a very specific way, and I don't know how that's going to cause for maneuvering. So what I'm going to do is, now that we've undocked and we've kind of basically put ourselves in a position to head over there, I'm going to head over there, and then I will see you guys when I get into position for a good docking, because that's going to take me a while, because I'm going to have to circle the ship to figure out where I'm at. I'm going to have to figure out my orientation and everything else. So I'm going to see you guys when we get actually over to the Xavier in a few seconds here. And then we're going to do some stuff with the hitchhiker as well, so it's not done either. And once we get over there and get everything connected, well, we'll move on, I guess. We'll have to see how long the video is, but I think this shouldn't take too long if I cut it just right. So instead of taking like 20 minutes of your time trying to get to the Xavier, I'll just go ahead and do that off camera, and then I'll see you guys when we get closer and ready to dock. So I'll see you there. Alright everyone, as I said, I would bring it back when we're a little bit closer, so I'm bringing it in sideways. I'm bringing it in a little sideways, but hopefully we should be able to just slow down on our left and pop right in. We are down to about 4 frames per second according to my software here, and so I'm trying to do this as nicely as possible, as gently as possible. I am using the docking alignment cam, but the green line was in a little bit of a weird place, so I wasn't trusting it, but it looks like that's not actually a problem now, because the green line's coming into place like it's supposed to. So let's just go ahead and make sure that that we're fine here. Get this thing as centered as possible. Okay, green line's good. Bring ourselves up a little bit, like so. Okay, we're a little bit tilted, but that shouldn't be a problem. Now we do have to do a couple of things. We do have to make sure our rotation is almost perfect here. Alright. Again, this is a very, very, very important part of this. I'm not like trying to be flippant or anything, or OCD on this. This is extremely important that this be almost straight up and down. If it's not almost perfect, it's got to be darn close. Okay, looks like we've drifted slightly. That's my bad. This thing isn't perfectly centered, so that's going to be why. Yeah, bring us down, little guy. How we are. Okay, our rotation's pretty good. I like our rotation. We should be able to keep ourselves nosed in pretty well. Just bring it in as close as possible. It doesn't have to be wrong way. Doesn't have to be perfect. And done. Alright, so lock us in. Let's go ahead and turn off our T and our R, and boom. Okay, so there's the first part. There's our energy power, our power generator, our reactor, and our solar heat vents, so that they will continuously vent heat away from the ship, which is great. We're going to need that. We're going to quick save. And then from here, we need to undock and we need to plant the science module. And the science module needs to go... the science module needs to go on the exact opposite side of the ship. Yeah, the science module needs to go on the exact opposite side of the ship. So this is going to be super duper fun at 7 frames per second. So let's go ahead and I would like to stop our rotation a little bit, so I'm going to just kind of cheat our way into doing that. I'm also going to decouple. I want to decouple node. Blink. Nope. I want to go with the other one. Yeah. So the hitchhiker's slowly moving away from us, which is fine. I knew that would happen. Alright, RCS is on. Can we back away? Back away. There we go. Nice and slow. Nice and gentle and slow. We want to target this one, so we want to set that clampy as target. And we should be more centered now, in all honesty. So let's see if we can just... My view is not where it's supposed to be. Whoop. There it is. Upside down. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, so we're going to try to do this weird. I need rotation. That's where we are. Okay, rotate. And I'm just going to try to rotate us around nice and gentle without adjusting too much else. Just just this. Just this is how we're gonna do it. Okay, I want to kind of keep turning. Keep going. Turn. I want to get around that that waste heat vent, or that waste heat panel. I do not want to smack into a waste heat panel right now. Not my goal. I do want to. Oh, that is not what I wanted. Not what I wanted at all. That was totally my fault. I was hoping. But I got overzealous. I did. All right, so we went inline, and I wanted to thrust forward, is what I wanted, and then sideways. But we may be a little bit off now that I've done that. So I'm okay with it. We're okay with it. We'll just keep moving. We have enough monopropellant? Oh, we have more than enough. We use very little monopropellant to get over here. Mostly because I just coasted. Always coast when you can. Never waste it. Okay, let's spin, spin, spin. Spin, spin, spinny, spin. Okay, so we've gotten past the panel there, which is good. We want to kill our rotation a little bit. Alright. We want to thrust sideways. Whoa, 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 moving a little bit too fast in that direction, so let's go ahead and fix that. There we go. Okay, this isn't working too poorly. We're doing okay. Doing okay. Yeah. Just gotta rotate this thing around to the other side. I didn't even think about where it was going to go, but hey, whatever, we're good. Alright, we're gonna line ourselves up with the panel now. That's that orange one there in the center. Whoop. Okay, line ourselves up. Nice and gentle. Perfect, look at that. Alright. Now we'll just mosey sideways. And we may need to mosey down a little bit. We'll mosey down a little bit as well. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. We need to mosey up a little bit. That was my fault. Gotta remember which line we're paying attention to here. No, it's not the right one. Alright. So, yeah, now we are. Green line is good. We are centered. Hey, hey, hey. Doing good. Doing good. We'll start thrusting forward a little bit. We are going to have to thrust to the right. Just a teeny. I love this docking alignment. This docking alignment is so awesome. All the numbers on the docking cam, which I still have installed, by the way. All the numbers on the docking cam do exactly the same thing, but they are, they're harder to read, really. This is more of a layman's kind of docking camera here. I mean, all you have to do is line up the lines and the colors, right? That's all you really have to do. It's like, oh, you can line up colors. Well, you're set. You're good. You're good to go. You can do whatever you need to. All right, and then T, and then T it on, and that should keep us straight. I'm trying to keep this as straight as possible as well. Yeah, that's perfect. Aha, the alignment is perfect. Oh wow, we did a good job. All right, bring it over and down a little bit. Are we good? Should be good. Shouldn't those two panels shouldn't hit anything when we dock, or the two lights shouldn't hit anything when we dock. We'll have to see. Okay, get a little bit closer, and are we good? Okay, we were off a little bit. I'm not sure why that happened. I'm just going to stop our rotation. I do not know why that happened. Rotate, bring it down. Maybe we weren't going fast enough. Alright. Like that. Okay, says our rotation is off. Why? Oh, our center of rotation is off. Okay. Alright, docking clamp. What happened there, buddy? You would know more than I would. I do not know what happened. I think we might not have been going fast enough, in all honesty. We need to go down. Down. Alright. Let's try that again. Try that again, nice and clean, nice and smooth. Give us a kiss. Come on, you know you want to. You are my best girl in the whole world. Let me numb your face. Alright, that was a bit over the top, but can we please dock now? Okay, and again, we did not dock. Why did we not dock? What is going on here? Why are you not docking, Daco Clamp? Control from here, unset target, control from here. Now we're upside down. Oh, okay, that's no good. Is our RCS? Yeah, our RCS is still working fine. Okay. Well, we just flipped ourselves over, but that's not my problem. My problem is that we're not doing what we need to do. We're not going where we need to go. I don't know what's going on here. What is happening in this place? We need to go... No, not that way. We need to go that way. Okay, I guess I have to come at it a little bit faster, so... maybe ramming speed? A little bit? I don't know, we'll try a ramming speed approach. The last two times, I'm not sure what happened, like why it's not working. It's like it should be working, but it's acting like it doesn't want to work. It's like, nope, we're done. We are done here. We're not having any fun. Alright, and again, bring us down. Down, down, down. Up, up. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna try a ramming speed approach. Just to see if we can get it locked in. There it is. Okay, so a couple of missed docks there, unfortunately, but we did get it in the last minute. So, woo! So look at that, 2 parts already. Yeah, awesome, 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 awesome. All right. Now, as for the hitchhiker, let's go ahead and stop our spinning. All right, we're gonna dock the hitchhiker up and do some fuel transferring because we have fuel in the hitchhiker, and there's this tank is basically, I mean, you know, this hitchhiker's about half full, that hitchhiker's about half full. Might as well have one full hitchhiker between the two. And because that took a little while, I'm gonna go ahead and do all of that off camera until we're right there, about ready to kiss, because we are going to go ahead and dock right here, back at the end of our little docking platform. So I will see you guys in just 1 minute. Oy. All right, everyone, it's a little bit slow, but I decided that we're going to go ahead and try to dock, instead of docking at the end of the shuttle clamp there that I originally thought about docking to, we're in fact going to try to dock with the other hitchhiker, and we're going to do it using these side clamps, because I realized we have not used these side clamps in like forever, like ever. We've never really used these side clamps, so we're going to go ahead and try to use these side clamps. Going to take us probably a little bit of time to do that, but let's go ahead and see where we are. Alright. So I'm being super cautious because, as you can see, I'm flying this in chase cam, but sideways. So it's a little bit of one of those issues where you're not quite sure if what you're doing is right or not. Alright, and so I want to go forward, but I also want to go up, I think, a little bit. So yeah, this is a pretty tough gig here, I think. I think we may do it like this instead, because I can see it like this. Now it says we're basically aligned. We're not 100%, unfortunately, because from this angle I have to do it by rotation. I have to do this side to side by rotation, and rotation on this thing is not 100%. It does not like to align itself perfectly. Whoa, as I was saying. Yeah. There we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted to tilt a little bit. Alright. I just have to be super duper cautious because we do not want to overshoot in any one or other direction. Alright. Screw it, we're gonna overshoot a little bit. This is gonna be a tough stick too, because we got two little itty bitty docking clamps on the end of this, and this could cause some major disaster, I suppose. I really should have thought about that prior to zoning in like this. But you know what? This is our last dock for the video. I did check our time, and we're not over time, but to do what I wanted to do next, we would be. So in this case, I do have to we do have to cut it a little bit short. But we've done two major dockings. We're going to do a minor docking here in just 1 second, just for fun. And I'm going to get super duper close on this one just to make sure we're good. We're not really, we're off center, but that's okay. That's okay. Alright, we want to bring it down, back. And we want to go this way, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, so this is probably why we never use these side clamps. I don't know why I always put them on, but I do. I always put them on. I think to myself there's really no reason to, and there isn't, but I put them on anyway. Alright, and that was a little bit too far. Bring it back. Just trying to align us up, line us up, whatever. Alright, down a little bit, and then forward. Oh, I could use a docking cam as sort of a... Oop. Oh, was that it? Oh, I think we got it. Turn off our RCS and our SAS and just let them kind of work it out between each other. Come on, guys, work it out. No, haha! So there it is. We got ourselves a little T-bar there. We were able to T-bar it up and get our two hitchhikers working together to be friends forever. So let's go ahead and take this one. And I moved all the fuel around, but what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're just going to dump it. We're going to dump it into this main hitchhiker here. It's not going to fill it up fully, but it's going to fill it up enough, and then we're going to have an empty hitchhiker. I don't know if we're going to keep this one here. I think since it's already docked, I mean, it is already docked, it's here, right? Why waste it? We may keep it for now. It may have to come off later, but for the time being, we do have Oh, look at that, filled it up, and just a teeny tiny bit of fuel left, so if we want to deorbit this, we probably could. But, yeah, so here is the Xavier so far. Looking pretty good, looking pretty beastie. We are going to have to do some editing here. We do have a couple of leeches stuck to the side of it that weren't supposed to be here. But since they're out here, I'm thinking to myself, you know, why not? But yeah, a couple of things. Let's do a little bit more station keeping, I think. We're going to kind of drain this little guy of fuel, and we're going to put it all into these side tanks here. Because this guy's going to get some more use, and we, you know, if you already have a ship out here, there's no reason to waste and destroy a ship and then bring an exact copy of it out there. That would be pointless. It would be idiotic. It would be insane. And although I am all of those things sometimes, I am not those things this day. Is this one full? Okay, I missed one. Top bottom. Oh, is that it? Oh, really? I only had the 2 RCS tanks? Oh, yeah, because they're 100 each and we have 200 units. So, yeah, that's it. So, we filled it up. We're good to go. We're all stable. We're all even. Everything's running. Everything's good. We're going to go ahead and kill the lights, though, again, because, you know, might as well. It helps with the rendering, even though we're down to, like, 7 frames per second. And we're going to go ahead and pause here. So once again, absolutely, I would like to thank you all very much for joining me, 4KB Short, on this Let's Play of Kerbal Space Program and Kerbal Space Adventures. And in the next video, we will do and start working on the super secret thing that I told you guys about. And one of the major reasons that all of these have to go on here 100% perfectly aligned. Otherwise, bad things could happen. But I think next time we will bring out a habitat module, so the opposite of this, a hitchhiker, like an actual hitchhiker container, like Kerbal container, for living people. And from there we'll bring out the other thing. Aha, there's going to be another thing, and of course you guys already know that, but we'll bring out the other thing as well, and we'll get that out here as well. So, again, I'd like to thank you all very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next video.